Okay, here we go. Hello, 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 everybody. Check this out right here. So, one of the new traders that just started with this showed me this right here, and he said that he was losing a little bit. And I was looking at this, and I said, "Wow, this is like awesome to me." Right? Well, what somebody might see as losses, I see as a winner. Right? So let's go over what's going on right here. So these are his trading journal, and he took a trade. Financing doesn't have to do with a loss or a win. Financing has to do with the spread and how much money it costs to make trades. Okay. So that has nothing to do. This charge right here and this charge right here really don't have to do with wins or losses. But so we have a sell right here and it's green. So that means he won $159. We got a buy right here and he lost because it's negative $3,195. We have a sale, and unmute yourself, everybody, if you want to. A sale right here, negative $343. We got a buy on gold and it won $947. We got another gold buy and it lost 209. We got another buy right here, $11. We got another buy, $518 positive. We got another buy right here, US 30, negative $321. We got a sell US 30, $214 positive. We got a SPX buy, $56 negative. NAS 100, negative 114. Gold right here, 73 positive. US 30, 136. BTC, $386 profit. So if anybody wants to unmute themselves and tell me, does this look like this person was winning or losing these trades?
Good morning, Lonnie. Miss
Good
Juanetta.
morning.
Morning,
Um,
Lonnie. Look like you winning.
To
it
you, it
looks
looks
like,
like
he lost more than he won.
there it is. Yeah, he lost more than he won. Yep. Okay. So now that we evaluated that, it's probably more losses than wins here because of why. What stands out to you? Is there anything different on here than everything else?
Shot in the dark. Didn't put any stop losses up.
Okay. Is there anything like if you just look at all these numbers, is there anything that will stick out to you?
The 3,195
Yeah,
Exactly.
lost.
right. Why does that stick out to you? Why do you think that?
That was a big loss.
Right. But there's no win like that, and there's no other losses
Right,
like
right,
that.
right,
Everything
right,
else,
right. There's nothing else
yeah,
balanced. Yeah.
everything else is in the hundreds. Most stuff is like up to the 500s, and then you got 1,000 here, and then you got this loss is like 10 times bigger than his other losses or more,
Right.
right? His other biggest loss is 343, right? There's 321 right here. There's two losses that are over $300, but this is 10 times more than $300 than the other stuff.
Lonnie, the US 30, is that gold?
US 30 is the top 30 companies in the world.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now let's go. So now we kind of like just evaluated. That's what I looked at first too. I was like, wow, there was a big one right there. So let's go to the calculator and let's look and let's put this in a calculator, right? Or let me put it on like a sheet. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put down all the wins and losses right here. Because it's a new trader. the first thing that I was happy at is that he hasn't been trading with me for that long. But the first thing I was thinking of, man, I'm so happy that you know how to push the button and make a trade right now. But he might have traded before, he got into with us. But let's just put a negative for the negative one. But sometimes it takes people, up to 3 weeks to learn how to push the button to make a trade. And then, that's half the battle right there, just learning how to push the button at the right time. But you might look, and we're going to total this out and say, did it win or did it really lose? That's what we want to know. And then we want to know what I seen to why I was so happy about this. Because this is like the mistake in the beginning. When you start trading, this is one of the major mistakes of trading. Let's see, 386. Okay. Now, did I put the 39? Okay. Remember, this is a financing charge. This doesn't count. This one on the bottom doesn't count. Okay. All right. So now we got everything put on here. So how many trades do we take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 14 trades. Okay. So let's just put that down. 14 trades. Because your trade journal, you really want to write this in a journal, but since the program has it like that where you can just copy it and everything, you can see everything, it like cuts out the trading journal part. So we don't have to worry about that. So 14 trades. Let's see how many we lost, the negative ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we lost 7, we won 7. So that means we have a win ratio of 50%. 50% wins and 50% obviously are losses. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's total up this whole thing right here. Let's get a calculator out. And I'm going to use my phone. Let me go ahead and what we want to see now is our break even point. We want to see, did we win or did we lose money? That's very, very important. All right. 159 plus
947
mm-hmm,
plus $11.54
mm-hmm.
plus 518
Okay.
plus 214
Okay.
plus 73
Okay.
plus 386.
Okay. So that is in wins. We have plus $2,308.
Well,
I'm not
shoot, he
gonna do.
lost 1,195.
Yeah, watch this. Now let's go over all the losses. We gotta calculate that. So we have
Wow. 190.
3,095,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Then
Plus
342,
okay,
209,
okay,
321,
okay,
56,
uh-huh,
114,
okay,
136.
okay. So it's a negative
Jeez.
$4,373. Okay, so we do that math really quick. Let's go ahead and see, how much won, subtract how much lost. So we would put the bigger number on the top.
Mm-hmm.
I just made a trade for me. The Autobot just traded. That was cool. You guys probably couldn't even hear it. I don't think I got my computer sound on. 308. So it says that this loss equals negative 2,065. Okay, so he lost negative or 2,065. Now, so the first thing I seen okay, is that in the first thing you guys, when you zoned in, you said there's a big loss, huge, $3,195,
But
right? So,
but
mhm,
but if you total the two numbers up, it's like $7,000, right?
yeah, it's 6,600.
Okay, so he invested 6,600 and he only lost 2,065.
Yeah, out of all the
Correct?
trades. No, he
Okay.
didn't. It's not really he invested that much. It's he ended up. So let's say you start out with $10,000, and if you trade it like this, you would be at $8,000 afterwards because you got to subtract the 2,000.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do what, like, I seen this and I said, "Oh, I'm so happy." Well, why would I be happy? Because I'm saying if I take out the 3,195, the odd number, the weirdest number, like if you would have had a win for 4,000 here, I would have said, okay, let's take that out. Right? Let's just take out the $3,195. And now what would happen if you did that? Right? Let's just take it out and just say that was so out of the ordinary. I don't understand why everything else is in the hundreds, but that's in the 3,000. So let's see. So his losses total $4,373. And let me
Take out
subtract
90.
3,195. Okay, so if you subtract the 3,195, now the total losses are $1,178. These are the losses now. Okay, now, did he lose or win now? Let's just see. Okay, so we got $2,308. We subtract 1,178. Now, check this out. He would have only, and then we're gonna look at his win ratio after this too. So now he would have won $1,130. This is what I seen. I seen if you just take out the crazy number right here, that's
Mhm.
way out of place. Now, yesterday he would have won $1,130. A lot of people don't make $1,130 in a day.
Correct.
So now what seemed like a losing day, it's like if you just take out one trade out of 14, now you're a big winner. So let's see. Okay, now 13 trades. So now you won 7 trades out of 13. What percentage is that? 7 out of 13. Now you
Um,
won 53% of your trades. If you take out the 3,195, the odd, I'm gonna say the oddball, because it's so odd, right? So you won 53% of the time. You barely broke even winning on the trades. So it's like almost in the dark. You could vote for it to go up or down without even a strategy and make 50%. But now he's 53% win ratio, and he actually won $1,130 in one day. That's why I was saying, like, man, this is awesome to me. I was happy.
oh,
Yeah, because all I have to really teach, like, he's already a winner in my mind. The only thing I gotta teach him is what? To not have a big loss.
right.
If you're gonna have regular wins, regular losses, just don't have a big loss. As long as you don't have a big loss, you're good. Right. And then I went further in my mind. I said, well, okay, if I took this out right here, what else looks different? Out of all these numbers right here, what else looks like an outlier? Is
Well,
there
what's
any
the
other
question?
no, is there any other
Well,
number right here that looks like it's way different than every other number?
the 947?
The 947. Because why is this almost 1,000, but everything else is between like $100 and $500, let's say. Everything
Mm-hmm.
else is kind of jam packed together. So let's just take out the 947. Let's say, okay, we took out the 3,000. This is what my brain did next. My brain said, well, take out this too. Because these could be a regular stop loss. You could make your trades like $300 and lose 100 or two. That's what basically I'm seeing, that he's losing like around the little hundreds, right? And 300. He's losing to 100 to $300 on each trade. And he's winning from, 300, 200, 500. So he's winning from like $500 to like 100. So that could be set as stop losses at different candle lengths. So now I'm going to say, okay, well, now I need to take out the 947 because it was also kind of like a outlier too. That's what we call numbers like that. They're like way out there and they're different than everything else. So let's see, how much, what would be the difference if we took this out of the total? So now we got 1130 and we subtract 947. And now we have a total of what? We just made, we take out two trades, and now what? We're back to breaking even because we're saying 6 out of 6 because these are 14 trades. We took out this
Two.
one,
You took out
green,
two.
and we're going to take out this one. Yeah, we just took out two, right? And now we won $183. Now, to everybody, $183 in a day isn't, something to sneeze at. They might say, well, that's nothing. Well, $183, I'm going to tell you, most people
That's
in
all.
America don't make $183 in a day.
That's true.
It just is what it is. Like minimum wage in Vegas, I think is like $13, $14 or something. So that means $13. If you times that by 10, that would only be $130. This person actually made $50 more than a minimum wage worker in Las Vegas, just pushing the button throughout the day. Right? $183. We times that by, let's just go times $183. 183 times 40. That's how much people basically work.
In a week,
Yeah, per
5 days,
week.
5 day work week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then we times that by 4, right? 4 weeks in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I must be doing something wrong because that went up to a lot of money.
It's
183. Okay, no. We go
180.
5 days a week. 183 times 5 days of working. Like, let's just say we make 183 a day.
160 hours.
Yeah. So
160.
$183 times 5 days a week times 4 weeks in a month. So that person right there, if you do that, you're making $3,660
On one
trading a
trip.
month. Trading a month. That's how much you would make. If you made $183, you traded 5 times a week, and you made $183 a day, 5 times a week, and then you times that by basically you doing that for 4 weeks in a row, you made $3,660. See that right there. If you just in my head, if you made $3,660 a month, man, some people would love trading if they could just make that amount in a month. The extra 3,000, $3,660 might pay your mortgage. It might pay your phone bill. It might pay your rent. It might pay your car payment. It might pay, there's a lot of stuff you could do with 3,000. That might pay all your food for the month. I mean, how much really is that? Now let's go and say, okay, let's just say the other way around. Let's say if he made that $1,130, he times that. Now we're going to times that by, you did that 5 times a week, right? Because all that is just extra percentages of you trading. That's how you got to look at trading. Okay. So basically what I'm saying is if you could make 183 in a day, all you really had to do, let's say you're trading a lot size of 0.1, you could trade a lot size of 1, which is 10 times more you're trading each time you trade. And now you made $1,830 in a day. That's how you got to look at trading. If you can make any positive, all you got to do is take that positive and trade for more money at a time, and then you'll get to another outcome. That's how people come from making 10,000 a month to making 100,000 a month, then taking 100,000 a month and making $1 million a month, because all you're doing is the same thing. All you got to know how to do is make profit, and then all you do is just trade for more money or less money, and then you get to a different number. So it's not like a job where now you got to pick up more customers, you got to pick up more jobs, you got to make more per hour from your boss. No, this is trading. All you got to do is find out how to be profitable when you're trading, and then all you have to do is just make the numbers go up by trading more percentages of your money at a time. So now if I say that he made this right here, before we subtracted the 947, if he made $1,130, just if you took out that 3 right here, now, and you do that 5 times a week times 4 weeks in a row, you made $22,600 in 1 month. Now, if you do that, there's not too many people that are making $22,000 a month, not on this call, but not even in real reality. That's somebody that's way out there. Because let me tell you how much that is. So 12 months out the year, that's $271,000 a year that you made because you traded like that. $270,000. If I say, hey, you're going to join this academy and I'm going to teach you how to make $271,000 a year off of trading, man, everybody will sign up because that's basically, some lawyers make that, some doctors make that. People that go to school for 15 years to do something make that kind of money. So I was happy, and I'll post that, when the video, because that was really cool to me. I was like, man, that's awesome. He sent that to me. He might have thought it was something negative in his mind, but in my mind, I've been trading for 19 years. I said, man, that's crazy. That's really good.
Okay.
I had a friend named Terry, and he's so funny. He joined under me. I taught him how to trade and everything, and he was winning all the time, but he was taking big losses. And I told him, just stop your big losses. Just do stop loss. I don't like stop loss. I don't. So I said, okay, that's fine, bro. Just do what you want to do. He was trading on a demo account. That was when he started trading with me, that was over 6 years ago. I called the guy. He was telling me, he's with this master trader and stuff and all this. And it was so funny how he was telling me how the guy makes so much profit. And then I said, well, he's been trading with that guy for over 2 years now. And I said, well, how much are you making? And he said, I'm still on a demo account. But he was bragging about how this guy wins every day. He gets on a call, he wins every day and stuff like that. And so I was like, well, look at my trades from the last 3 months. They're on YouTube. I show people and I'm telling them the same thing the other guy does. But it's just so funny how he was trying to call me up and tell me I need to trade with this other guy because he makes so much profits. And I'm like, bro, I'm already there. I'm teaching other people how to make profits. But he didn't get it because it's he's a really good friend of mine. And I haven't talked to him in 2 years. It was so weird. Last week, I had a dream about this guy. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had a dream about this guy. This guy texted me at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I'm thinking, I just had a dream about him. I text. So then I call him and we're talking and he's telling me the same stuff. And I'm like, well, dang, if he's winning so much, you've been trading with him for 2 years. I was so proud of him. I was like, man, that's so awesome and stuff. And I said, well, how much are you making now? And he's like, well, I'm still on a demo account. But first he was telling me that he's so, this guy, man, made me so good and I got this and I got that. And I said, well, what are you getting off the phone for me for? We're just talking. I'm happy about this, And he says, well, I got a person to pick up in my Uber. But
Oh,
he's
wow.
bragging about this guy for 2 years. And then that's when he had to tell me when we talked again, he was like, yeah, I'm on a demo account. It's like, bro, you're not going to be on Uber if this guy wins every day. And I already taught you how to push the buttons, And so he'll be back in the academy. You guys will see him. He's a cool guy. But let's look.